Hello, how's it going? I'm tired. I'm sitting on my knees. I'm currently on my knees right now. Sounds weird. And I look like shit. But I just wanted to talk about taking a chance with art, um, and like the pain of regret and stuff like that. Um, I was just kind of sitting here talking to myself, as I usually do. And I was thinking that, um, like, there's all sorts of like stipulations, I think, for artists where people are very sensitive about their actions, like entertainers and stuff. They're it's making art, making music and things like that. It's not just about like putting notes together and recording something and just putting it out there. Like people are very, very sensitive to the vibe. I think where you can have someone who had some album, their first album, and it was great. It was so authentic and raw, and really spoke to a lot of people. They could relate to you, stuff like that. And then once you got successful, you made some second album that was like it was like too produced. You had like a big budget music video, um, and your hair was done and like all this shit, and people are like, "Who is this person that I was such a fan of? What happened to you?" And people get really sensitive with stuff like this. And I understand it, and I've thought about this stuff for a long time to try to think like, well, how do you avoid those sorts of things, and how do you have like a longer career and all that kind of stuff. Um, and maybe there's a lot to it, and I don't know if I'll talk about it on this stream, but I think there's definitely this thing, like, yeah, you have to be careful with like the kind of stuff that you do, the kind of choices that you make, for what you do with like subsequent releases of things, subsequent movies, sequels, and just your general career. Because if you're an entertainer and an artist, you know, you're part of the product too. It's also you. It's not just the stuff that you make. And maybe some people they really try to not put a face on it. You know, they're not like really putting themselves out there too. It's more like their work. And that's cool. But if you want to be this sort of like influencer entertainer type person, you're gonna have to do both. Because if you want people to know who you are, you're gonna have to sell yourself as well, I guess. And then that starts to affect your art and how people see your art. And it's really annoying. But I just wanted to say really quickly, um, don't let that stuff paralyze you. Because if, you could be sitting there trying to like research how to have like the perfect career, how to like plan the whole thing, draw it out, architect it all out, and then, all of a sudden you're like 33 and like you realize like all of these competitions and opportunities went by and you didn't really take any of them because you were too busy trying to make sure that you like don't ever get canceled or something. Um, and I used to like put so much importance on this because I hated like cancel culture and people getting canceled, and I was like, well, how do you just like it always seemed so obvious like what not to do or something. And like how do these people like mess up their careers? Like so stupid. Um, but but yeah, I was like I just wanted to make sure like all my bases were covered and stuff. I didn't want anything bad to happen. But that just may happen. Like things may blow up right in your face. Um, but maybe like the real skill there is to just keep going anyway. Like to just if you make a mess, just fix it, just clean it up as best as you can. And sometimes you can't fix everything, unfortunately. But I think if you're just like really intentionally trying to do the right thing and to do well, then maybe like things can eventually be forgiven. I was so focused on never making a single mistake that what happens if you do that is that you don't really do anything. Nothing really happens. Um, and you don't offend anybody, and you just kind of sit there like stagnant and still and static like a fucking rock. And even then, people get pissed off at rocks. Why is this rock in the way? We're trying to like build this thing, and you don't want to be there. That's horrible. Um, that, like that could really be a thing. You just become so still that you're like a rock, and then people just see you as like an inanimate obstacle. They don't even care about your personhood, which is horrible. But yeah, I would just say like don't let that stuff really get in your way. Like eventually you're gonna have to like do something. Because like I said, this is what I was saying to myself. Like you can try to plan the perfect career, you can research, you can do all this different stuff and make sure that like everything goes exactly how you think it should to be successful or whatever. And maybe it could work, but first of all, you have to execute on it to see if it'll even work. But second of all, if you wait too long, people are going to be like, dude, like, the competition's over. The Battle of the Bands ended. They already picked a winner. And you didn't even show up. You didn't even audition. Because you were, I want to make sure it's a good move. And like, that could be fear. Sure, like procrastination. Because it's sensible. Like, you don't want to fail. I get it. You want to make sure that your aesthetic is maintained and stuff like that. And that can be a thing. Like, maybe like, I don't know, like, yeah, like you wouldn't want, if you're like Margot Robbie, like maybe you wouldn't want to um, like I'm trying to think of something like, maybe you wouldn't want to do like a video game Let's Play. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think of something that doesn't offend anybody, but maybe I'm doing the same problem, doing the same fucking thing once again. Um, but I think like, if something is like in a similar vein to what you want to do, maybe just do it. Because like I said, like time is an issue where like you can be like, no, 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 I don't want to do that. It's like, well, you have to like pick something and like, because like otherwise just time goes by and you don't pick anything. And then if you don't pick anything, nothing happens. Like literally nothing happens. You just sit there and you're miserable and you see other people do something cool. And you're like, well, when's my shot gonna happen? And it's like, well, you kind of just had one. Somebody just gave you one, but you didn't take it. That kind of thing. And like I said, you don't have to do everything. Like if you want to be an artist, then maybe this is a better example. If you want to be an artist and someone's like, oh, I have an opening at a restaurant. Do you want to come like learn how to cook and like become a really good chef or something? It's like you can say no, because no, I don't want to do that. you know, like, and it's not like if you don't know what you want to do, then maybe that's a good thing to do. Because it's just I don't know. I have no idea what I want to do. I have no clue. I don't know. Like, and it's like, well, I don't know. I own a restaurant, and maybe you can come by on the weekends, and I can like teach you how to cook or something. And like the person owns the restaurant is like really really good at cooking. Like they're very good. Like they could have won an award or something, or like world renowned if you're lucky like that. That's a good opportunity. I would just take that. If you don't know what you want to do, you have no idea. Because then at the very least, it'll tell you what you don't want to do. But if you know what you want to do, that's a waste of time. Or could be. To have fun, okay, sure, whatever. But like, if you're not focusing on like, oh, I know what I want to do, I know what I want. It's like, okay, well then go do that. And someone's like, oh, but it's a good opportunity, It's like I don't care. It's not what I want to do. Don't fucking do it. Don't waste your time. Do not waste your time because you don't get it back. And don't think, well, I'm like 21, whatever. I'll just do this for a while, and then I'll do what I want to do later. No, that's a trap. Do it now. You want to be a YouTuber? Do it now. You want to make music? Do it now. You want to make a fucking movie? Look at fucking Kane Parsons. Dude's 20. He made Backrooms. And he started that shit when he was 16. So, don't think, oh, well, I'll do this to like do whatever. No, just do it now. Especially when you're young, like you can deal with a lot of instability. Like maybe there's other people around you who can't, like adults, like your parents. They're not going to be able to handle it, but you can because you're fucking 20. You can sleep on a couch for like a few months and you'll be fine. Like your back might hurt, but then you could just just work out and sleep in a bed for like 2 weeks and you'll be back to normal. Like it's kind of fine, take risks and shit. But yeah, I would just do stuff. Don't hurt people. Don't do that. Like don't take advantage of people. Like like force your parents to like give you a lot of money. Don't fucking do that. That sucks. But like if it's just like a thing where like you're 20 and like, oh dude, we're gonna move out to LA and like scrounge shit together and like try to make a movie. Yeah, fucking do it. Fucking do it. Don't live in like Skid Row, but like if it's like, look, if we just like look, we already have a bunch of savings. Like if you just get like a shitty job somewhere, like yeah, and like we already have a movie camera and like a YouTube channel. We like doing this. We've proved it to ourselves. We can make some stuff. We know that we want to do it. Yeah, fucking do it. Just go do it. No, oh no, I'm gonna go like get a fucking. I'm gonna become a doctor because it's really stable, and then I can make art on the side. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. You're 20. Just go. Just dive in, man. Because the thing that you have to realize too, is that if you do something like that, like you're gonna spend a lot of time studying some complicated field that takes a lot of effort and study and skill and time. You really have to work. Um, what you'll realize is that you'll get good at that, and you'll get good. Like you will if you just keep going with it, you'll get good. But is that what you want to get good at? And like I said, if you don't know what you want to do, maybe this is a good decision. Maybe like I really have no idea. I don't fucking have hobbies. I don't like I can't really relate to that because I always had hobbies and shit. I always had things that I liked and things that I wanted to do. But um, for the most part. But you know, if that's you, then okay, yeah, maybe it's a good decision. You just kind of have to pick something that seems kind of interesting, that kind of excites you, or just like try. You don't have to pick something and stick with it. I would just try a lot of things. That's really the good advice. And that's why it's better to do this early in life rather than later, but better late than never, okay? But if you know what you want, or you have a really good idea, like you like these sorts of things, just do that. Just do that. And don't waste your fucking time because you know that you want to do this thing. And don't be like, oh, you're like being real coy about it and like, oh, I'm gonna go like become a lawyer or an accountant or fuck off. Don't fucking do that. Don't do that shit. Don't try to impress other people. So stupid. You know that you want to like make stupid YouTube videos. You know that you want to draw like hentai porn or something. Like just fucking do it. Just do it. Just fucking do it. There's people who are like, I really want to like make a porno. I want to like, make a fucking raunchy movie. I want to do stupid comedy. I want to do stand-up comedy. I want to like play guitar and be really awesome. Go do that, dude. The call it's calling to you. It's calling to you. You got to answer the call. If you don't answer the call, you're going to regret it. It could be too late. You could miss out on a lot of things. And as long as you're not dead, there's still time, right? There's still time. But don't wait longer than you need to. And often what you'll see is like you can kind of just do something now. Okay, sometimes things will happen. Okay, yeah, I gotta like, I got sick. I gotta recover. I gotta take a break. I gotta like my, something happened with a loved one. Shit like that happens. But like, and that sucks. But like, at least in the realm of like yourself, like yeah, you will get sick, you'll get injured sometimes, and you do need to take a break. You need to like relax. Sometimes you need to pay off some debt, return a favor. That's normal. I would go do that too, but like, don't delay. Don't delay any longer than you have to. There's no prerequisites. No, first I got to learn everything about cameras. I got to learn everything about how to write properly. Fuck that. Immediately start making stuff. You do not need to learn anything. If you have a phone camera, which a lot of you probably do, you can just start recording something. If you want to do film, like video or skits or something, that's what everyone does on fucking like TikToks and shit now. If you want to make music, you can download like music programs for free to make music. You can also just do the voice recorder on your phone and sing something and upload it. And it's crappy, but if you're really good, it can still shine through, even if the recording quality is crappy. Really, it's about the idea and the talent. And yeah, you want it to be nice and be clean and organized and or like properly communicate what you're trying to communicate. But I would just get the idea down and get it out and like I don't know. Don't pump out garbage either. Like really try. Try like maybe the real thing is like try to do it now as quickly as you can, as soon as possible. And whatever you have around you, use that and time box things to a reasonable period of time where like yeah, it's reasonable to like give yourself a year to make an album or something, or you can make a single in like a month or like 2 or 3 weeks or something and really work on it, really work at it. And maybe you don't have access to a fancy studio and maybe your guitar kind of sucks, but you can really try to do the best that you can Like you can even go as crazy as like if, the guitar doesn't sound intonated well, like it sounds out of tune no matter what you do, no matter how much you tune it. If it sounds out of tune, if you go up the neck more, um, and it's really annoying. But maybe you'll notice something like it's consistently out of tune, but it's in tune with itself in the same part of the neck, like higher up on the neck. So you can even do something crazy, like okay, I had this guitar, like I can play that part, but I played this part of the song that I wanted to do, but I had this guitar where it didn't sound good if you played higher up on the neck, you know. And so what I did is I just recorded that part separately, and it was like a little bit sharper no matter what I did. So I tuned my guitar down so that that part sounded in tune with the lower part, or you can pitch it down in software or something. And you can do stuff like that. I mean, if you think of like other guitarists, like they'll be like a lefty guitarist, but they couldn't get a lefty guitar, so they got a righty guitar and strung it in reverse, like Jimi Hendrix. Um, and you don't have to like keep things that way, but it's just a matter of like using the resources available to you to get things done. That's kind of what it is. And it's really annoying if you're a perfectionist, if you are this kind of person who really cares about very high quality things. And if that is you, okay, like keep going for it. I wouldn't like use that as a way to procrastinate, and like as just to be avoidant. But if that's really what you care about, like you really want to like make something very, very good, then okay, keep working on it. But as long as you're working on it, if you're not working on it at all, like you like do what you can. And if you're missing a piece, then at least you do everything that you can do without that piece. And then if you're like, I need this piece, I cannot release this art without this piece. It's like, okay, fine. Then do what you can do to get that piece. Like if it's a fancy movie camera, like a slow-mo camera or something, or like a specific prop, it just has to be that prop because that will look the best, that will seem the best or something. Then okay, but like there's other things you can do, I'm sure. So just do those things. And even if like, I don't know, you do those things and like you get a better movie camera, you might be able to get an opportunity to like reshoot that scene or something because you realize, oh, I could do this better and blah, blah, blah. But like, especially for like live action stuff, I mean, like actors will age and stuff, so you can't wait too long. You can't take like 10 years to make a movie where like the character looks the same, unless like it's like from age like 22 to 30 or something. But even then, people will still like, subtly age. And then once 30 hits, they start to age more. And typically, at least that's kind of what I noticed for myself. But I still look decently young, which is cool. I mean, don't look so good right now, like I said. But yeah, just all in all, just take a chance. Like, take opportunities if they come up, if they're related to what you want to do. I wouldn't be like too picky. You can at least try things out and see how you like it. And because if you try it out, it might lead to something really great. It might. And it might not. But, there's a big difference between like, oh, there's like a competition, there's like a battle of the bands locally, like, do you want to enter? Big difference between that and like getting a tattoo or something. Oh, come on, just try it. It's like, well, tattoos, like, it's permanent effects, even if you get it removed, it's like, and that's painful to remove and it costs money. And that's different. That stuff is different. But if it's like, oh, there's a competition, you can like film a video and submit it. Do that. Even if it's really bad. Because there's no consequences. It's like the consequences are like someone's going to look back and be like, huh, look at this cringe video that this guy made when he was first starting out. It's like, yeah, that's how everybody's shit was. Everybody's shit sucks ass. I'm sure even Mozart, well, he was like 5. It's like, yeah, well, he had a fucking dad who knew how to do this stuff. And, I wouldn't be surprised if his fucking dad helped him out with writing some shit and say, oh, my son did it. I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised. Not to say that Mozart was not talented, but like, if anything, his dad helped him get there. But I don't know the whole history of Mozart. But even then, like, I'm sure his early symphonies weren't as good as his later ones. So. Whatever, man. So just do it. Take a chance. don't wait until the Battle of the Bands is over to make a song to submit your stuff. Better late than never, but like, the competition's over, so whatever. Like, just do shit now, because even if you kind of suck, it's still, you can just look at it as practice, and at least you did it, so you don't have the regret of not doing it. Which, like, that's what I was saying to myself before, is that kind of pain, the regret of not doing something that you it's not gonna happen anymore, or like you're way past the age where it's like that's like normal. Like it could have like a year, 18 years old cut off, that kind of thing. It's like, man, if I had one, I wish I did it when I was younger. It's like, yeah, so fucking do it. If you're younger, do it now. Even if you're older, do it now. Stop waiting. Stop not taking opportunities, because it's like you'll just have that regret, and the pain of regret is so fucking awful because you cannot go back and change things. And it's not like, oh, I can always just go to the store tomorrow. It's like, dude, the store is out of business. It's gone, and it's not gonna come back. Like they went bankrupt. They closed all the stores. They're not doing it anymore. It's gone. It's done. Like fucking like Kmart's. So a handful of locations at Kmart. That shit was huge. Kmart used to be fucking huge. It says Kmart is thriving in Australia and New Zealand. That's interesting. But like, no more Kmart. You can't just like, oh, let's go to the Kmart nearby or whatever. It's fucking gone. It's fucking gone, man. So you can't go there anymore. So take opportunities, man, because like you'll lose them. There's a lot of opportunities when you're young to just do shit, and things are kind of cringe, but like just try it. I don't know. And then someone might be like, "Oh, do you want to like play my show?" And it's like it's not the record producer coming to you and like, "Dude, you're really good. I'm going to sign you and give you a bazillion dollars." It's not that, but it's slightly above where you're at. It's like a next step. Do that. Fucking do that. And then like from that, it's like, "Do you want to come do this?" And it's like, "Okay." And, "Oh, do you want to like, record something with me?" "Okay." Do you want to hang out with my group? And I know a bunch of musicians. "Okay." And you go and like you meet someone. "Oh yeah, my dad is like, you know, um, he owns like, he works for like Abbey Road Studios or something." And you're like, "Holy shit." And then you realize like I never would have gotten this opportunity if I didn't just say yes to those tiny things. So like I said, you don't have to get a fucking tattoo. You don't have to cut your arm off. That's not what I'm saying. "Oh, just try it, see what happens." Like, no, that's stupid. But if it's like it's something, oh, like I'm gonna go to a bar, or I'm gonna go to this party and there's like a bunch of musicians there. Do you want to come? And they could be like just musicians who are like, oh, are they famous? It's like, no, but like, did they go to like music school or something? And you can go and you check them out, and they're really nice, and you find that they're really talented, and actually like their tastes really match up with yours. And then like, you could find out like 2 or 3 years later, like if you could become friends with those people and like play music with them, and you could become like famous with them or something. But if you said no, you'll find out like 2 or 3 years later, it's like, oh, that person's famous now, and I had an opportunity to like hang out with them, but I didn't. So don't say like no to so many things, because I think what happens is that you just kind of end up in this shitty place in life. And like I said, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to do like all the shit that you really don't want to do. But my computer is low on battery, so my stream might be like lagging or being weird. But you don't have to do everything that like all the shit you don't want to do. But if it's like related, even if it's like, oh, come on, let's just go, like it's just like an open mic. Like, let's go. It's no big deal. Don't be so afraid. Like, just go. Try to do it. Because if you don't, even if you feel like you're not ready and you need to practice more, it's just time goes by. That's the most awful thing. Because you just get older and you're like, oh, I'm like 30. And now it's like even more cringe if I go to an open mic and like play something and suck. And you're gonna have to go through that cringe anyway. So it's better to just do it when you're like 10. All right. See you later. Take a chance. Do things. Don't destroy your life. You don't have to, like, inject yourself with a dirty needle. You don't have to do that. You really don't. Like, ever. You don't ever have to do that. There's no situation where you really need to do that, I don't think. Unless, like, it's like you're gonna die and, like, this is the only needle we found and poison is here and you have 5 seconds. Okay, maybe. Then you can go on anti-HIV medication if you can get that. But for something like, oh, hey, there's like a music competition, a songwriting competition online, and you can just like record a song and submit it, and the deadline is in like a week. Do it. Even if it's bad, the worst that's going to happen is you're just not going to be selected probably. And especially so if like they don't even like release any of the songs that you submit if they don't win. So